Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Pharmagist GPAT Academy. In this present video, we will be discussing different MCQs from the subject pharmaceutics. In this video, I have included MCQs relating to the first chapter in Sutics, that is Introduction to Dosage Form Design, and some previous year questions also. So these MCQs, they will be useful for students who are appearing for GPAT, NIPER entrance test, PGECET, as well as other pharmaceutical entrance examinations. So for all the examinations, the BPharm syllabus is common. So by preparing MCQs, you will be well familiar with the pattern of the examination and you can score better if you practice more and more MCQs for the exam. So let's begin our video. The first question is, the size of nanoparticles varies from dash to dash. A 10 to 1000 nanometer, B 1 to 100 nanometer, C 10 to 100 nanometer and D 10 to 100 millimeter. So the right answer is 1 to 100 nanometers. The next question is, dash are artificially produced proteins which exhibit specificity for one single antigen. The options are A. G-coupled proteins, B. Phospholipids, C. Monoclonal antibodies and D. Nanoparticles. So the right answer is monoclonal antibodies. So monoclonal antibodies are artificially produced proteins which exhibit specificity for one single antigen. And the next question is, dash is the process of applying relatively thin reproducible coatings to small particles of solids or droplets of liquids and dispersions. The options are A. Microencapsulation, B. Osmosis, C. Implantation and D. Emulsification. So what is the right answer? Microencapsulation. So microencapsulation is a process of applying thin reproducible coatings to small particles of solids or droplets of liquids and dispersions. Now coming to the next question. Dash provide a means for converting liquids to solids of altering colloidal and surface characteristics. The options are A. Tablets, B. Microcapsules, C. Osmotic pumps and D. Capsules. So what is the right answer? The right answer is microcapsules. Microcapsules, they provide a means for converting liquids to solids. Okay. And the next question is, dash is a system which involves preparation of drug charged resin and its drying to form beads. The options are A. Capsules, B. Tablets, C. Ion exchange resin and D. None of the above. So what is the right answer? The right answer is ion exchange resin. So ion exchange resin is a system which involves preparation of drug charged resin and its drying to form beads. Now coming to the next question. The major ion exchange system commercialized to date is the dash, which has been used to deliver a variety of antitussive agents. So the options are A. Pen kinetic system, B. Implants, C. Osmotic pumps and D. Microcapsules. So the answer is A. Pen kinetic system. So it is an ion exchange system which is used to deliver antitussive agents, that is cough syrups, cough preparations. And the next question is, dash are laminated patches which adhere to the skin and permit absorption of drugs from the skin surface at controlled rates. The options are transdermal drug delivery systems, ion exchange resin systems, C. Pen kinetic system and D. None of the above. So the answer is transdermal drug delivery systems. So transdermal drug delivery systems are laminated patches which adhere to the skin and permit absorption. They help in absorption of drugs from the skin surface at controlled rates. Now coming to the next question. Following is an example of transdermal drug delivery system. The options are A. Nitroder, B. Catapres TTS, C. Both A and B and D. None of the above. So the right answer is both A and B. So both Nitroder and Catapres TTS are an example of transdermal drug delivery system. Now coming to the next question. Dash are sterile polymeric devices of varied shapes containing one or more medicaments for introduction into body tissues. The options are A. Implants, B. Osmotic pumps, C. Nanoparticles, and D. Transdermal patches. So the right answer is implants. Okay. So implants are sterile devices which are useful for introduction of medicaments into body tissues. And next, Dash is a biphasic system composed of finely divided insoluble drug substance suspended in a liquid medium. The options are A. Suspension, B. Emulsion, C. Solution, and D. Elixir. So the right answer is suspension. So suspension is a biphasic system which is composed of finely divided insoluble drug substance which is to be suspended in a liquid medium. Okay, so you have to understand the difference between suspensions and emulsions. Suspensions are finely divided insoluble drugs and both are biphasic systems. Both suspensions and emulsions are biphasic systems, as well as, so suspension, it has the finely divided drug which is insoluble suspended in a liquid medium. Now coming to the next question. Dash is a biphasic system in which an internal phase is intimately dispersed in an external phase in the form of minute droplets. So the options are A. Emulsion, B. Suspension, C. Ointment, and D. Lotion. So just now we discussed both suspensions and emulsions are biphasic systems. So suspension is an insoluble drug which is suspended in a liquid medium, whereas now in this the answer is emulsion. So emulsion is also a biphasic system in which the internal phase is dispersed in an external phase in the form of minute droplets. Okay, so in suspension it is an insoluble drug which is suspended in liquid medium, whereas in biphasic system two liquid phases, one is an internal phase and another one is an external phase. So the internal phase is dispersed in the external phase. This is nothing but an emulsion. Now coming to the next question. So from here onwards the questions are previously asked questions in GPAT examination. So listen carefully. The lakes of dyes available commercially contain maximum up to dash percentage of pure dye. The options are A. 15%, B. 10%, C. 25%, and D. 50%. So the answer is 50%. So lakes of dyes, they contain 50% of pure dye. The next question is, type 2 glass containers are, the options are suitable for alkaline solutions, B. most inert glasses and show high hydrolytic resistance, C. suitable for most acidic and neutral aqueous preparations, and D. suitable for non-aqueous preparations. So what is the right answer? The right answer is they are suitable for most acidic and neutral aqueous preparations. So type 2 glass containers. So we have different types of classifications for glass containers which are prescribed for packaging different types of dosage forms. So this we have to remember. So in this type 2 glass containers, they are suitable for most acidic and neutral aqueous preparations. Now coming to the next question. Dimethyl sulfoxide acts as a penetration enhancer for topical formulations by A. increasing solubility, B. denaturing proteins, C. increasing transepidermal loss, and D. altering solvent nature of membrane. So what is the right answer? So dimethyl sulfoxide, DMSO, it acts as a penetration enhancer in topical formulations by denaturing proteins. The next question is, as per European Pharmacopoeia Technical Guide, substance which is stored at 25 degrees centigrade for 24 hours at 80% relative humidity is called very hygroscopic when the increase in weight is, the options are A, 0.2% weight by weight and less than 15% weight by weight, B, greater than 0.2% weight by weight and less than 20% weight by weight, C, greater than 15% weight by weight and D, 0.2% weight by weight and less than 2% weight by weight. So what is the right answer? The right answer is greater than 15% weight by weight. So if the weight of a substance is greater than 15% weight by weight when it is stored at 25 degrees centigrade for 24 hours at 80% relative humidity, it is called very hygroscopic. Now coming to the next question. An excipient called Ludipress used for liquid dosage forms is a co-processed excipient of, the options are A, dextrose monohydrate plus Colidone 30, B, lactose monohydrate plus Colidone 30, C, lactose monohydrate plus Colidone 30 plus Colidone Cl, and D, dextrose monohydrate plus Colidone 30 plus Colidone Cl. So what is the right answer? The right answer is C. So Ludipress is a combination of lactose monohydrate, Colidone 30 and Colidone Cl. Next, pyrogens present in containers can be destroyed by heating the containers at, the options are A, 121 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes, B, 121 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes, C, 210 degrees centigrade for 4 hours, D, 210 degrees centigrade for 1 hour. So what is the right answer? The right answer is C. So pyrogens can be destroyed when you heat the containers for 4 hours at 210 degrees centigrade. The next question is, in capsule making, the Bloom strength of gelatin is proportional to molecular weight of the gelatin and is a measure of A, cohesive strength of the solvent molecules, B, cohesive strength of the cross-linking that occurs between gelatin molecules, C, adhesive strength of gelatin with dipping pins, and adhesive strength of gelatin with other polymers. So what is the right answer? So the question here that is asked is Bloom strength. So what is Bloom strength of gelatin? How it is measured? So the right answer is, it is the cohesive strength of the cross-linking that occurs between the gelatin molecules, which is nothing but the Bloom strength of gelatin. The next question is, choose the wrong statement from the following with regard to amorphous solids. The options are A, usually they are anisotropic, B, they tend to flow when subjected to sufficient pressure, C, considered as supercooled fluids, D, they do not have definite melting point. So what is the right answer? The right answer is usually they are anisotropic. So here we are asked, the question that is asked is choose the wrong statement. So when you know the properties of amorphous solids, then you can easily select the statement which is wrong. That means they are not anisotropic. Next, the next question is, the general purpose soda lime glass is not a suitable material for fabricating the container for. The options are A, parenteral, B, oral solutions, C, liquids and liquids for external use, and D, dry powders. So what is the right answer? The right answer is parenteral preparations. So soda lime glass, it is not suitable for packaging of parenteral preparations because parenteral preparations require highly sterile containers. Soda lime glass has side effects or drawbacks, that is it may leach into the medicaments if it is packaged. So parental preparations, they are not packaged in soda lime glass. Now the next question is, in solid-solid mixing, large-scale continuous type of mixture is, the options are A. Sigma blender, B. Ribbon blender, C. Zigzag blender, and D. Twin shell blender. So what is the right answer? The right answer is zigzag blender. So zigzag blender is used in solid-solid mixing for large scale and continuous type of mixing. Okay. So this is the end of the video. So hope you like the video, and this video is has provided an valuable information to you. Please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos.